with a real weak road. Sunday matinee and a late night show. Reserved our time and I thought we stop. Forget about sequels, I shot and video. All love on film with a real weak road. Sunday matinee and a late night show. Reserved our time and I thought we stop. Forget about sequels, I shot and video.
Hey Brittany, guess what?
What?
We have a podcast.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Hello everyone, welcome to Love Plus Us. I'm your host Aaron, aka Files Rotten.
And I'm Brittany, aka Ms. Beefier.
And we are your co-hosts on this journey into a geek-tinged look at love, relationships, and just life in general.
Yeah, what's up everybody?
What's up everybody? Now, we've recorded a little, what was it, about 15 to 30 minute?
Yeah, like episode 0.
Episode 0 is what we're calling it, a little mini-sode, just to kind of catch you up on us. But just a little brief version of that. I'm Files Rotten, been playing music for a long time. You might have seen me talk about movies online, or if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen me talk about Star Trek.
And I'm Brittany, Brittany on Twitter. I am into all things Captain Marvel, a lot of things makeup, beauty related, and I was like he's really into Star Trek, but I was like an old TNG fan, but recently he got me very into the frickin' Discovery, so...
The friggin' Discovery. Well, baby, would you consider yourself a real fan?
Let me tell you, whenever I saw that crap on Twitter go down, like, if, you know, people saying you can't be a real Star Trek fan if you just like Discovery or just like the Kelvin universe, thankfully, some of my followers, real diehard Trekkies from way back, way back, said that if you like anything Star Trek related, that you are a real Star Trek fan, and I could not agree more.
Amen, sister.
Yes.
All right. And now this isn't a Star Trek podcast as much as I want it to be.
No, it's definitely not. He was right when he said it was just like a geeky love relationship lifestyle podcast, so let's get right down to it.
So we'll... every episode we'll kind of be having a little touch points that we'll be hitting, and maybe a little topic or something we'd like to bring guests on. This first episode would just be a nice way to ease into the waters of summer.
Mm-hmm. Summertime.
And we'll talk about traveling and some of our summer plans and lots of concerts.
Oh yeah, a lot of concerts, because it's summer, you know, it's festival season.
It's time for us to get outdoors and back in nature and pay $50 and to get in, and $10 for a soda, pop, or water, or whatever we desire.
God, yeah.
So on today's episode, we want to. This is the first anything ever. We're starting everything, Brittany.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to. Start the show off with what's been going on? Do you got anything that's been happening in your life lately you want to talk about? Maybe your fitness?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I, on episode 0, which you guys will hear all of this at the same time, hopefully, if you listen to both of them at the same time, Aaron and I started a fitness journey. We were like casually trying to lose weight for a couple of months, and then after a couple months goes by of this casualness, and when I say casually trying to lose weight, I mean we would buy really good stuff at the grocery store and then never cook it, and it would either expire, we'd go out to eat, oh, this one meal won't hurt, and then all of a sudden we've done a weekend binge and we feel really bad about ourselves, so we go back to the grocery store and get more really good stuff. So after about several months of this nonsense.
Very many.
Several months of this nonsense, we decided that we would really commit. So for the past few weeks, we've been really committing, and this past week, I joined Fat Girl Fed Up's Diet Bet, Start Summer Strong Diet Bet on Diet Bet app, obviously. She's amazing. She's on Instagram. I found her on Instagram. She has lost 312 pounds naturally. No surgeries, just with diet and exercise. So I started her diet bet. You put in $30, and then you split the pot with the other winners, and her pot is almost $300,000.
So what you're telling me is you're going to bring me home $300,000, right, baby?
If I'm the only one that wins it, yeah.
Woohoo!
This past week, though, I got back into DDP yoga. DDP yoga. So tomorrow is technically day 5, even though today was day 5. I had to move the workout because of stuff that we'll get into later. But I've almost finished my first week of DDP yoga, and I feel amazing.
Now, this is what I'll say about me. I've never been one to work out. You can look at this, physical specimen in front of you, this Adonis in front of you, and you'd be surprised that I don't hit the gym too much. But, I don't really diet either, surprisingly. But what I found is that whenever you're in a relationship and one person's on a diet, you're both on a diet. Because if you're not both on a diet, both will fail no matter which one's trying to diet. So through Brittany, she's really encouraged me to lose weight. And I've lost some weight. I'm not going to lie. Over the last week or so, I've been bad. I'm sure I've been gaining. Tomorrow is weigh-in, and I'm a little nervous about it.
The day after tomorrow.
I keep forgetting. Tomorrow's not Sunday. Sunday is weigh-in, and I'm a little nervous about it. But I found that if we support each other and are honest with each other, if I tell her, baby, I had a Coke and a Nutty Buddy, then she'll ask me, what else did I have? And I'm like, all right, I might have had a bag of Doritos, too.
What else did you have?
Fine, I had a Oreo brownie, and it was delicious, but that's all I had, I swear. On my way home, when I stopped at that gas station, I have to be honest about my little binge right there. It holds me accountable, and you just don't lie about it, and they'll just encourage you to do better and support you. And the next day, guess what? You're wanting to do better. You're not wanting to let them down.
Well, like, the biggest thing for us is because we're both in the management arena of careers, so we are always working. We're
I like
always
what you
busy.
said, arena.
Yeah, management arena.
Arena!
And we are always working, and if we're not working, we're sleeping, and we have to break away from that rut. So, like, our problem is that we'll leave home without food, and, we've got to stop at, like, Sheetz to get food, or Speedway to get food, and then on the way home from work, Brittany was so tired that she didn't cook, so let's stop at Taco Bell, or let's stop at Sheetz.
That is my biggest downfall. On the way home, I will be like, hey, baby, you want me to grab some food? I can grab Taco Bell, McDonald's.
Yeah.
And it sounds good at the time. Then, like, 20 minutes later, you're laying in bed, exhausted from the day, sick gut, and the next morning you're hungover from fast food.
Yeah, and we have to break out of that rut. Like, that is our downfall right there. So we're making time to do stuff like weigh in on Sundays.
Last night she talked me off a ledge. I was like all about some McDonald's. I wanted a Oreo McFlurry and a chicken sandwich so freaking bad.
Yeah, and I held strong, and I was actually really proud of myself.
She laid down the law. She was like, "No, you can get it. Just don't bring it in the house."
Yeah, I told her, you cannot bring it in the house at all.
That you won't even get that Oreo Blizzard. I will be eating that Oreo Blizzard. What she said. So I was like, you know what? I'm holding strong. I'm not getting it. And guess what? I woke up today feeling good, and I was like, I did not get that. And we immediately went and out with my parents and ate a not good meal.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it just still wasn't. Like, any food that you eat out is not going to be great. So,
and we'll get to my parents here in a minute. That would be a good topic of conversation. My father, who I never see, is in town. Shout out to Dad. What's up, Pops? But do you have anything else to say on that before I start on what's been going on with me?
No, I just feel really good. And if you guys want to follow my fitness journey, if you can follow me on Instagram, I have a video post every single day. I've got occasional note blog posts, and I also do time-lapse videos of me doing each day of DDP yoga. My Instagram is Real Fit Brit. It's RealFitBrit.
And that's not your regular Instagram and Twitter handle.
No, my regular Instagram and Twitter handle, of course, is Ms. Beefier. That's MSBFEUR.
And so this is your alternate.
Yeah, this is just my fitness Instagram.
Fitness Instagram.
Yeah, that's it.
And this would probably be a good time to say, guess what, Brittany? We are online. Have, not only do we have Twitter, you can reach us at Love Plus Us. We actually got the little handle. We got our Facebook, which after so many likes on Facebook, we can log in that facebook.com/Love Plus Us. Right now, just search the Love Plus Us. But guess what?
What?
We have loveplusus.com.
Oh, okay.
So right now, no matter where we go, no matter what server we use, right now I think we're messing with some Podbean here in the early days, seeing how that rolls. We have loveplusus.com that you can always go to find us.
Very nice.
Soon, after we get up and going, we'll be on the iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff.
On the iTunes.
The iTunes. Or, actually, did you know that they don't even call it iTunes for podcasting anymore? They call it Apple Podcasts?
Yes, I
But
think I did know that.
It doesn't have the same ring. You hear all these major podcasts, they'll be like, yeah, you can find us on iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to say Apple Podcasts. I'm just not going to do it. But we're on all that. Unfortunately, Instagram, we do not have the @LovePlusUs because somebody that doesn't have anything posted has is following 0 and has like 15 followers for whatever reason, has that domain. I've even messaged them and was like, hey, how about coming off that domain? What do I got to do? And nope, no reply whatsoever. So if anybody knows who @LovePlusUs on Instagram is, tell them we'll make it worth their while. We'll send them pictures of Johnny and Joxer.
Oh yeah, Johnny and Joxer are fat cats.
We'll send them pictures.
13-pound cats.
13-pound cats. Now they need a weight loss journey.
They do need a weight loss journey.
But yeah, hit us up online and everything. Now I'm good at shilling because I've spent many years as a man named Foz Rotten. Or as you can find me online, @Foz Rotten.
@Foz Rotten.
See how I did that?
Yeah.
See how I did that? Now, Foz Rotten, for those who don't know, has been in the West Virginia tri-state music scene since the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, really big time, but I've been going to shows since like the mid-90s. I've done everything from punk bands to, everything you can imagine I've done. But for the longest time, Foz Rotten has been a solo hip-hop artist. And it's really weird talking in third person. Well, Mr. Third Person hadn't done a Foz Rotten show in about 3 years. And my buddy Sheldon Vance, check him out. He goes by Sheldon Vance online. He's a great acoustic punk singer-songwriter. One of my best friends. In our wedding party.
Yes, he is in our wedding party.
He threw me on a show. Did not say, Aaron, you're on a show.
He didn't message him. He didn't message me. He just made a flyer that said, maybe in the matinee, Sheldon Vance and Foz Rotten.
It was because our buddies, Reckless Threat, were coming in from Tennessee. Some of the guys used to live here. And they had messaged me and Sheldon and were like, hey, let's get some shows together. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. You all play some shows. Next thing I know, I'm on a flyer for a show. And it says, The Return of Foz Rotten.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Foz Rotten returned. He returned hard to that empty glass. And if you watched it on Facebook Live
or
Twitter Live, thanks to Brittany over here being my tech person and recording while I played,
You're welcome.
It's up to the 300 some watch now, like 30 some. That's a lot more than probably the 15 to 20 in the bar.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was exactly what I expected. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, it was a great comeback. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. No, I played the Empty Glass again, which I love, but I've played a lot better shows at the Empty Glass.
Yeah.
It was really good to knock the dust off. It was really good to get up there and be like, can I still do this? What do you think, Brittany? You were there.
I think you did a really great job.
Thank you.
I was kind of like your...
She's not biased or anything.
I was like your one woman hype.
You're like, woo!
Yeah, I was like, woo!
I sang my dirty songs to her, and in the background I could hear somebody being like, that's nasty.
Oh my god, he's got this one song. If you want to check him out, he's got a Spotify. It's Foz Rotten.
Everything Foz Rotten. Yeah, I'm verified on Spotify.
You are verified on Spotify. But he's got a song called Truest Romance, and he looked me dead in the eye and sang Truest Romance, and it was the dirtiest song I've ever heard, y'all.
And since we're trying to not go for an explicit rating, I won't quote the lyrics. But you all can listen on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, anything you want. I'm on. It used to be a MySpace hit, so if you go on that MySpace.com, Foz Rotten, I'm sure it's on there. But anyways, it was really nice to come back. I want to thank Sheldon and Reckless Threat and the Empty Glass and everybody for having me out and thinking of me enough to put me on a show again. If you would like to book me, please do. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be chasing down shows because the schedule's so busy right now, but I would do it. I'd be open to it, and I enjoy writing new music even though it's going very slowly.
Oh man, you know what would be badass?
What's badass, babe?
If you got booked to open for Mac Lethal.
Hey, now if you got a Mac Lethal show coming, holler at your boy. Any Comic Cons coming up? Holler at your boy.
We met Mac Lethal at Lexicon in March. It was in March.
Yeah, it was in March.
We met Mac Lethal at Lexicon in March in Lexington, Kentucky.
If you wonder what kind of music I do, think of Mac Lethal, Atmosphere, that kind of Midwest.
He was so nice. He was the nicest guy.
Nicest dude. Flew in, did a show for like a whole bunch of people didn't know who he was. 5 people who knew who he was.
It was like 100 people, and like 5% knew who he was.
Yeah, and he's like, wow, this is an interesting crowd. Meanwhile, I'm there rapping along, and he's like, he just looks at me, he's like, yeah, what's up? And he looks at Brittany, who's like waving her hands in the air. He's like, yeah, somebody gets it. And meanwhile, he goes and plays for thousands of people other places.
Yeah,
but no, it was great meeting Mac Lethal. He came and played Morgantown not too long after that. We wanted to go see him, but we couldn't. But we will be going to see Against Me.
We will, and we'll tell you more about that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, here in a minute. I was just thinking about that. I got all giddy thinking about Against Me. Okay, well, that was kind of my news. Foz Rotten's back. I wouldn't say in full effect, but he's in effect.
He's in some sort of effect.
He's in some sort of effect. You can make him in effect if you want. It won't even cost you much, I promise. All right, so let's talk about the summer. My parents are in town, kicking off thing. Now, when I say my parents are in town, my mama,
Yeah, 2 Cokes.
Yeah, 2 Cokes. She lives a couple hours away from us in my hometown of Logan. And she's happily married with Arthur, my stepfather, who we love dearly.
Amazing.
My father and his wife Kathy, who we also love dearly, are living in Minnesota. And they are up, kind of far away. We can't see them all the time.
Minnesota.
Even though Dad really wants us to come out there, and he says that you told him that we'd be out there by the wedding.
I felt really bad because I don't like it. Like, we both have 2 sets of parents. So he's got 2 sets and I have 2 sets. So I feel bad whenever one set of parents feels excluded. And to be honest, the last time that Dan was in town, we were not even engaged yet. We got engaged this past November. He came into town in September. So this is the first time he's seeing us since the engagement. It's also the first time I'm meeting his wife. So he kept suggesting that we come see them and that we would have a place to stay if we came to see them. I've got a friend up in Minnesota, so I was like, sure, why not? Never seen the Mall of America. It might be
Mall
nice.
of America is really awesome. And Prince.
Oh, and Prince, of course.
Our friend Ashley just went to Minnesota. Did you see all those Prince photos?
I did.
Ashley, we're very jealous.
All right. So I felt bad, and we were outside of the restaurant tonight, and Dan goes, you all should come up and see us. And I said, all right, we'll come up before the wedding.
So, and whenever I dropped Dad back off at the hotel, he let me know that. He was like, now Brittany said, and I'm like, okay, if Brittany said it.
I felt bad because he said that the next time he would see us is at the wedding, and I was like, oh, that's not good enough.
Well, no, I love my dad. I'd love to go out there all the time. It's just a trip to Minnesota is a little harder than 2 hours down the road.
It is.
So hopefully that will happen in the future. But while he was here, we made the most of it. Mm-hmm. We spent time at the hotel, took him around the mall. Me and my sister actually lives in the same town as me, so that's awesome. Her and her kids and her husband were able to come out, and we all went to the mall together. We took Dad out to eat a few times. Mm-hmm. And Kathy and Dad had a great time, I think. I hope. Guys, if you're listening to this, love you. Hope you had a good time. Next time we'll have you over at the apartment. We'll cook you dinner. We'll do it big. We'll do it right.
For sure.
But, speaking of parents, that kind of got us talking about, well, now we've seen Dad and Kathy.
Yeah.
So now it's summertime. We need to plan to go see your 2 sets of parents.
Oh, yeah. So, last year, my mom thought it would be a good idea. Was it last year? It was last year. My mom thought it would be a good idea to move to frickin' Mooresville, North Carolina.
Which, hey, to say this, when we went to visit, it was an awesome little town.
It was really awesome, and they took us down to Charlotte, which was about half an hour away, and we got to go to South Park Mall, which was awesome as always, and they took us to a place called like Home like World Market or something. Yeah. It was amazing. But anyway, she lives in Mooresville, North Carolina, which is a 5-hour drive from where we live to them.
So it makes it a little harder, but we really want to go and see them. So we'll put that on the docket. But
my dad and my stepmom live in Richmond, Virginia, which is a 6-hour drive away.
Yeah. And so we're kind of on the thing there. It's like, well, when do we find time to take off? When do we go see our parents? Yeah. Which set of parents? And last year we went and had a really great time with her dad and stepmom. And this year we were wanting to do that again as well. I think we've kind of made plans for that later on in the month.
Here's the thing. We're doing a lot of traveling because it started with Christmas whenever I bought Aaron tickets to go see Weezer, his favorite band, and Pixies, one of his bucket list bands. So I bought us tickets to go see that, and that concert is slated for next weekend, which is July the 6th in Cincinnati, which is only 2 hours away from here. It's not bad, just a day trip, but we're going to stay overnight, and we'll get to that in a minute. But so then it happened with that, and then it was announced that this year's Warped Tour was going to be the last Warped Tour. So we looked at the dates, and we were like, "Hey, when can we make time to go see my parents?" And it was going to be in July. So at the end of July, one of my associates at my store gets out of school, so she's available to cover my shifts. I can take some time off of work, take like a week off, no problem. Well, one of the bands that Aaron wants to see on Warped Tour is not playing the Richmond show. So we look up some other dates and see what shows they are playing. They're playing in Cincinnati 2 weeks after we go to the Weezer show.
So we might go see that. We want to, but
we will probably end up.
That one's not locked in. I have a feeling we'll go.
It's not locked in, but more than likely we'll end up going.
And then probably sometime by the end of the month, we're going to try to make the trip to Virginia.
Yeah, so it's literally July 6th, Weezer Pixies. We'll have the following week, which is like the 13th, off from concerts.
Which we might have something planned for that we'll talk about later.
We might. The following week after that is Warped Tour in Cincinnati. We're going to go back. That's the 19th and 20th. And then the week after that, the 25th, the morning of the 25th, at the butt crack of dawn, we are leaving to make the 6-hour drive to go see my dad and my stepmom in Richmond, Virginia. And that is where we will be then. We're going to come back on the 28th. And
something like that.
And then he's going to work for a few days. I still have vacation. And the literal next weekend, August the 2nd, we get to go see Against Me in Morgantown.
We are very, very excited for this.
I've never seen Against Me, ever. And
I only saw Against Me once, and I haven't seen them since White Cross's tour. Mm-hmm. That was whenever I saw them. And so I'm very happy and excited to see them. My friend Jamie, shout out to Jamie, I saw where she got to see them and meet, is it Laura?
Laura, yeah.
Laura Jane Grace?
Yes.
Got to meet Laura Jane Grace afterwards. Got a cool picture with her. And I was like, I want a cool picture with Laura Jane Grace. So I want to get her book too. She has a really good book out here. I want to get that. I have all the albums. I'm a very big fan.
Oh man.
So we're very excited. And
so
it's 123 Pleasant Street, which I've never been to, ironically.
Oh, 123 is awesome. See, I went to college in Morgantown. Obviously, you know the place, WVU. And I was I would say self-proclaimed queen of 123 Pleasant Street, but everybody...
We're going to have all kinds of sing girls coming out of the woodwork.
Everybody knew who I was.
And now, but I've never, strangely enough, not been there. I've played Morgantown, but I've not played 123. I played Under a Bridge at a festival. That's a true story. You can find that video on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If I was rotting Morgantown under a bridge.
I believe it.
And so then a little while after that, also, I'm going to see Guar, and I'm dragging you with me, Toots.
Yeah, so we've got Guar tickets for September now.
In Charleston at the bakery.
I know who Guar is. I've probably heard some of their music. I've seen them. I saw the antics that they did last year before the election. I've never been to a Guar show, and I know...
I never have either, and I'm dying to go see
And Guar. I know that you're not supposed to wear any clothes that you care about, and I'll probably have to leave my hearing aids on.
Because you will get blood and gore rain down upon you.
I feel like I'm going to be sitting at the show, like, seriously skeptical of, like, the antics before
But
me on stage.
everything that you will be hearing is amazing because GWAR is a great band.
Okay.
They're a great rock and roll band.
Sure.
You will, no, seriously, you
Okay.
will love it. They were not on Beavis and Butthead and in Empire Records for nothing. They are amazing. They're in the Beavis and Butthead video game. And what's funny, if you remember, if you had the Sega game or you had the Super Nintendo game, it looked a little different on either one.
Yeah.
But you actually got to go to a GWAR show once you defeated the game. And it was awesome.
Nice.
But GWAR has always been a bucket list band for me, and I will be very excited to see them in September. I've also kind of been eyeballing the Descendants are coming to, I think, Cleveland or Cincinnati, somewhere like that, at some point around between August and September. And that's a bucket list band for me, too,
That
is
would be
Descendants.
awesome.
So we got to look at that, and there's just so much going on this summer that was kind of like us just holding you down, but like, this is our summer plans. But here's what we want to do with that. Here's some tips that we have while traveling that helps it make it easier for us. Because last year we did a lot of traveling.
Yeah, we did.
And this year looks like we're going to be doing a lot more traveling.
We made a pact last year. We're not traveling next year, guys. You all have to come to us. And then we bought tickets. And then bought more tickets.
And then bought more
And
tickets.
then bought more tickets.
In January, you're going where?
To Panic at the Disco.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So excited.
She's going to Panic at the Disco at Cleveland.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, I'm not going to that one. But
No.
I will probably be in
That
town.
was a birthday present for my friend Nate at actually NCH on Twitter. It was a birthday present for him because he loves Panic at the Disco. I love Panic at the Disco. Aaron likes Panic at the Disco, but this was
Not enough for another 70.
This is a girls' trip.
and one of my best men is living
Yeah,
in
your
Cleveland.
best man lives in Cleveland.
And live in Cleveland. Shout out to Virko and Maria. What up? And little baby Alma. You have my heart.
Baby Alma.
Baby Alma. So guys, listen up, Virko. I'm coming for you. January, they're going to go Panic at the Disco. Me and you, we get a babysitter for Alma. Okay, who am I kidding? We're going to be babysitting Alma. And we're going to make a night of it. It's going to be awesome.
Dad bros.
Dad bros. So we'll totally dad bro it up. We could rent 3 men and a baby.
Oh,
And
man. I'm so jealous.
3 men and a little lady. Double feature, bro.
That's right.
And then after she goes to bed, we can watch some John Waters trash filth and be awesome. Just like we were once in high school.
Okay.
So that is kind of our summer plans. But here's some tips
Sure.
that we have going on. First of all, if you're local to where we are, around the Huntington, Ashland, tri-state area, Sheets.
Oh, God. So Sheets is really good in theory, and I will tell you why. Because every time I go into Sheets, I spend a minimum of $20.
Now, for those that don't know what Sheets is a gas station regionally around here.
Yeah.
That you can not only just go in and get your regular cup of coffee, use the bathroom, get a pop in a bag of chips, and, that's it. They have, like, everything. They're like a little supermarket.
Yeah, they're like, they're like a restaurant, supermarket, like...
It's like a deli.
Multi-conglomerate.
Everything, orgasm, everything. Yeah. Like you walk in, you can get banana. You can get a PB&J.
You can get health food at Sheets. Like, you can not only get fruit, but they've got Quest bars. They've got Quest protein cookies. They've got...
And if you want a hot meal
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
Yes!
and you don't want McDonald's, you can stop there
They're
and get
open
some.
for 24 hours, and you can get health food to go. They've got salads, wraps, my personal favorite. I've mastered it. 5 seconds. Boom.
Boom. And if you don't want to live that healthy life like me, you can get
Mac and cheese
bites. I like to get the breakfast sandwiches, the bagels. Oh, there's nothing better at 4 a.m. driving the band van down the road, eating your bacon and egg and cheese bagel, popping some mac and cheese bites, drinking your cherry Coke, and just being like, dude, that show was awesome, huh, bro?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So Sheets is a definite stopper. Now, I'm a Speedway fan through and through. I got my Speedy Rewards points from way back.
So he turned me on to the Speedway business because when I first moved here, all I saw were Speedways.
And they're awesome because the more points you get, the more free shit you get.
Oh, yeah, you get a lot of free stuff.
And whenever you're at Speedway, you can turn those points on and get, your little taquito, or you can get a soda fountain drink.
You can get a coffee for free. It's awesome.
All this stuff for free. For a while there, I had so many points, I could actually get Amazon gift cards. And I bought a bunch of Scream Factory Blu-rays on a Amazon sale.
I actually think that we first got together and you were just getting packages after packages in the mail, and it was all Scream Factory Blu-rays.
Oh yeah, and that was because I used all my Speedway points and got Amazon gift cards just for that sale. I still got them in there unwrapped, like still like ready to go in the packaging.
Because you never watched them.
Because I've seen the movies, I've just never watched those editions. And yes, I probably have the DVDs as well.
Probably.
So Speedway is a good option if you can't find a Sheetz. But Sheetz, as far as gas stations go, is about the healthiest that I've seen. And full service, I should say. It's more full service.
Yeah. So the number one thing you have to remember is, like, you can gas up in the morning, but it's always best if you just gas up in the evening. That way you're making one stop in the morning for all of your food, and then you can hit the road.
Oh, yeah.
So I found the perfect recipe is 2 caffeines to 1 water. So you need a really big water, like Sheetz has got those huge Deer Parks.
And she's talking about huge waters.
Huge Deer Parks. Or a gallon, because I'm going to start drinking a gallon a day again tomorrow.
You will pee so much.
I usually get a sugar-free Red Bull, flavored preferably, the summer edition, a coffee, a big coffee, and
the big coffee.
Espresso dark coffee, and a big Deer Park water.
Now, she gets all this, and she acts like we don't have to stop and use the restroom. But we have to stop and use
But we do.
So be careful, or, pack a bottle.
Yeah. My recommendation, since we're doing a lot of traveling this summer, is to pack our own food, because we've got a cooler, and we can definitely do that. We're trying to eat better and not trying to eat gas station food.
Now, if I go in the gas station, my normal non-healthy treats I could eat all day are white chocolate-covered pretzels, like the little flips. You just pop, and a cherry Coke, and maybe a bag of Doritos or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm golden. But health food wise, like, I like a good trail mix.
Yeah.
A good with raisins. You gotta have some sweet in there with the salty.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say sweet and salty. My normal non-healthy foods are usually, I'll go to the Sheetz counter and I'll get a BLT wrap. If I'm going to get chocolate, it's going to be like either a York peppermint patty or a Butterfinger. And then spicy sweet chili Doritos, because those are the best.
I just get regular Doritos because I can't handle that.
I was thinking today that, and I'll get off of this, guys, here in just a second, but I was thinking today that regular Doritos are your Lay's potato chip, and then your Cool Ranch Doritos are your sour cream and onion, and then your sweet chili Doritos are your salt and vinegar Lay's chips.
I follow all that because I can't stand salt and vinegar. It stinks me out of the car when you get that.
Yeah, I do eat salt and vinegar chips. But anyway, my health food choices are the Naked no sugar added smoothies. Also, the Quest protein bars or Quest protein cookies are so good. They're so good. And free, of course.
Now that's back to what I was saying about, you get some trail mix in there. If you could do some like healthy cookies or something like a no bake, like what are those little balls that you made that one time?
Oh yeah, the energy balls.
Balls.
You make them with whole grain oats and dark chocolate chips and coconut oil.
You just roll those up and you put them in a container
and you freeze them and good to go. So I'll make those.
So you just pop a couple. You get some trail mix. You get some bottles of water. And what's the bottles of water I like? I like a very specific flavored water. It's like Walmart brand. I know that.
Oh yeah. It's God, I forgot the name of it, but it's like that clear,
it's like clearly Canadian almost. Yeah. But they're big fat bottles, and you can get a strawberry and cream that tastes amazing. And
my favorite is the cherry vanilla, which tastes like a cherry cream soda. It's amazing.
And so that's really helped me kick pop.
Yeah,
it's really helped me kick pop because you can get those, and that one bottle will last you all day long.
Yeah.
Or and I'm not a big fan of pour-ins. I'll occasionally do you get the pour-ins that taste like Kool-Aid or whatever, or Grape Crush, and they're fine, but they honestly leave me more thirsty than anything. I just have to down another bottle of water.
Yeah, it's the artificial sweetener.
Yeah, so now when you're on the road, beggars can't be choosers, and you might find yourself being like, "Oh, I'm on the road, I can eat bad," but it's good to hold strong, and that's again comes back to what we were discussing earlier. being there for each other, holding each other accountable, helping each other find stuff. Now, that's not to say you can't eat right. There's Subways. You know, you can always find a place that has a salad.
You can actually get on the Taco Bell app and customize your order to not include certain things.
There's water everywhere you go. You don't have to get bad stuff. It's very easy to, but you don't have to.
For sure.
Save that for, like, if you're going to do, if you know you're going to a certain town, you know you're going to eat out.
Yeah.
Save that for that night. Just go all out that one night, and the rest of the trip be focusing on how amazing that one meal is going to be.
For sure.
Now, as far as actually traveling, I prefer, like what we were saying, to gas up at night, get everything packed up. That way you're up in the morning, you take a shower, you're all freshened up. If you have to go through somewhere to get some food, you can. Or maybe, just have something ready to go here that you can eat in the car. Have it prepared the night before, just like your normal food prep.
Yeah.
That you do throughout the week. Have it ready to go. Have it kiss your cats, goodbye for a couple of days. And you're just on the road, and the earlier the better. Now, we've done the leave late at night, drive all night,
Oh, it's terrible.
It kills me. I'd rather get a few hours of sleep,
Yep.
then hit the road super early.
For sure.
You just feel refreshing. When you get to town, sun's already up, you're like, okay, we got the whole day in front of us. Let's do this.
Yeah. Now, radio tips for traveling. You can start out by listening to a talk show, but I prefer going straight into the music. Get something that gets you hyped up. Get some Mobb Deep.
Biggie.
Some Warren G, some Biggie. Or this morning, we listened to classic rock.
Now, like she said, we normally do classic hip-hop. This morning, we did classic rock because I got off on one of my top 5 tangents. We like to play the top 5 game. And I was like, top 5 classic rock bands. And she would name somebody. I'm like, no, that's 80s hair metal. Well, no, that's classic hard rock.
There are just so many subgenres to the classic rock genre.
So she went on my Spotify and found, a certain classic rock playlist that we were so judgmental of. We're like, oh yeah, this Oasis song is really classic rock.
Blur.
Blur, yeah. And song 2, woohoo, classic rock now.
Yeah.
But like I've always said, if it ain't Creedence, it's crap. And so I love my Creedence, I love my Doors,
He played so much Creedence today that I'm now singing Creedence.
Well, I'm just a fortunate son. What can I say?
But we... Stop. But we did agree on one thing. The number 1 classic rock band of all time is
Queen.
Queen, yes. And how excited are you for Bohemian Rhapsody?
I'd like to say as excited as you are, but I really don't know if I am.
I've watched the trailer today made like 41 times.
I want to see it very badly. It's
flat out.
I want to see it. I love Queen. I cannot wait for this. But Brittany, you cannot... She's a killer queen when it comes to this. You cannot hold a candle to this.
Hey, they wrote that song about me, okay?
Queen. Alright, sorry, I'll stop singing. Nobody wanted to come see that anyways, am I right? Ooh, okay, that's a little dig at me. So, when you're on the road, have your playlist, or it's kind of fun to play DJ in the car. Let your co-pilot be your DJ. Have them surprise you with stuff like if they know you well, like we know each other and we know each other's musical taste, be like, I say to her sometimes, pick a random song that will make me happy.
Yeah.
And like, if you're driving, you've been out there 2 hours, you got another 2 hours in front of you, and it's kind of like suffering, you've taken your 5th swig of water within the 5 minutes, and you're just like, oh God, there's nothing going on, I'm dying here. Baby, play something that'll make me happy. And then all of a sudden she turns a random Ramon song on, and you're like, oh God, oh okay, yeah, it gets you pumped. And then maybe that random song starts a whole new radio playlist.
Oh yeah. And it usually does.
And it usually does. And whenever you get into town, find stuff that reminds you of the town. Like, obviously, if you're going, to certain towns where bands are from, play that band. Fill out one with the town.
Richmond, Guar's from Richmond.
Exactly. We'll listen to a bunch of Guar. Now, I will never forget, whenever I was a teenager, I went to New York for the first time. I was so excited to buy a New York Dolls CD in New York. So I was like,
you were.
Woo! And, so if you were heading somewhere like that, play them. Like, when I went to Vegas, I played the Dead Kennedys version of Viva Las Vegas on the plane trip. So just do stuff that will keep you happy, keep you active. Try to stay positive, try to stay healthy while you're out. And don't bicker. Don't get on each other's nerves. Understand that you're both are coming from a place if you're tired, you've been in a car all day. Yeah. Just be understanding and try to control the road rage, please, people.
Guilty.
It's okay.
I've got really bad road rage.
It's okay. We all have road rage at times.
Yeah.
It's okay. anything else you would like to add about the summer traveling before we move on here, Brittany?
Air conditioning. Crank that air conditioning. Chew some mint gum in between eating.
Gum does help. If you pop gum, it will keep you going for a while.
Yeah.
We should get some of that caffeine gum.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'll stick with my sugar for
Jolt Cola gum. Jolt Cola. So, speaking of things from the past, I'm going to segue.
Okay.
Do you like segues?
Yeah.
Speaking of Jolt Cola and things from the past, this is going to be a segue into a segue. Check this out. We're going to try to do a couple portions on the show here. This would be the intro for what are we getting, what have we gotten lately, stuff like that, or a mailbag, if you will.
Yeah.
In the future, hopefully we'll have an actual mailbag where people will write into us. But, we like to get packages in the mail, so this would be a nice segue talking to that. So let me reverse train back to, hey, speaking of Jolt Cola, you know what else is cool that's old?
What?
Joe Bob Rags.
Well, I'll be.
Joe Bob is coming back to your TV. He's not on TNT with Monster Vision anymore. He is back with a brand new 24-hour marathon on Shudder.
That's right, Shudder, the horror subscription service.
It's Netflix, but all horror and better. Now, the only reason I don't subscribe to Shudder right now is I did at one time. I have all the movies. All the main movies I have. Now, they have some originals that I would like, and this is something original. Original programming is what keeps us tuned into Netflix.
Sure.
Original programming is what keeps us going to Hulu. Shudder just, they're getting the original programming now. I'm excited for that. But Joe Bob is doing a 24-hour marathon Friday the 13th.
That's right. That's 2 Fridays from now, y'all.
In July. I'm pumped. And to coincide with that, of him showing a 24-hour horror movie marathon, and he'll be coming in with little bits, interstitials, like he did on Monster Vision back in the day, talking about whatever movie he wants and doing whatever rankings he wants. Fright Rags, my favorite t-shirt company, fright-rags.com, has released a brand new 24-hour marathon Joe Bob shirt. I got super excited, nerded out, screenshotted it, sent a picture to Brittany. Guess what her next reply was?
It was a screenshot of the order confirmation for that t-shirt.
I had no idea. And I only pray to God I get through this entire 24-hour marathon one way or the other, or at least the majority of it, so I'm not like the loser that's like, I wanted to watch that show, but I got the t-shirt. But
yeah.
No.
We'll watch it.
So I'm thinking of setting the VCR to record and leaving it playing on the TV.
That's hilarious.
And then we could bootleg some VHSs at horror cons at the Joe Bob 24-hour marathon.
Nobody's hearing this.
Nobody's hearing this. It's a 4-tape set, 6-hour pieces. I'm like, get the full 24-hour marathon on VHS, you hipsters. I only watch Joe Bob on VHS. I'll tell you that right now. But, so that is what I have coming in the mail. I haven't gotten it lately. Although Brittany did get me the most excellent book I've ever gotten. I feel like a kid bringing a book to show and tell. It is Star Trek Cats, The Next Generation. And I am pumped. It is the most nerdy, cat-loving thing ever.
I was confused whenever I purchased this on Amazon because I was under the impression that it was going to be a coffee table book, and the size of a coffee table book is usually quite large. And then we got this teeny tiny, cat-sized package in the mail.
Like one of those old golden whatever children's
the golden books.
The golden books that has pokey little puppy.
Yeah.
And it looks like one of those, but it's Star Trek The Next Generation, but done with cats.
Cats.
And it's they tell little stories that they're so cute and adorable. I like the Wharf Cat.
The Wharf Cat is amazing.
He has the little ridges, but he's so puffy and furry. And you know that he wants you to rub his belly, but then as soon as you do, he's going to be like, no, I'm a warrior, and attack you.
Dial back a little bit.
Oh, God. Oh, those cats are amazing. Anyways, Brittany.
Wesley Crusher's a little kitten.
Oh, and he is adorable.
Yeah.
And you know that Riker is a tomcat. So, sorry guys, I'm getting a little carried away with my cat love right now. So, Brittany, I just want to say thank you for the gift. Now, I wish I could say I got you a gift, but you got yourself a gift. What is it that you've gotten in the mail this week?
I bought... so Jeffree Star is my favorite makeup guru, and he's also my favorite makeup brand. So Jeffree Star makes the best liquid lipsticks I've ever tried in my life. And I used to work at Sephora, so I know some liquid lipsticks. I bought 2 lipsticks from his summer collection, and am holding off on getting the rest of the stuff that I want, including like a makeup bag, eyeshadow palette, and lip scrub, because I'm trying to use those as rewards to make myself lose weight. But I did end up getting 2 lovely lipsticks. I got Coral Fixation, which is an orange, and also like a corally orange. And then I also got Cherry Wet, which is a pinky red. They both look phenomenal on me. I've gotten so many compliments, and they are fantastic.
Now, she is going on about these, but I love them as well. She'll send me pictures of them. Like, she'll take these little kiss photos with them on there, and they are to die for. I love my lady in them. I love my lady in any shade of them. She even has this bright yellow that I love.
Thank you.
You wore that to last time we went to Cleveland.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I did.
You were wearing my Misfit shirt and looking all rock star in your yellow
did.
lipstick. So Jeffree Star, and the best part of that, she can kiss me all over all day long, and it won't smear.
Exactly, and that is the best type of lipstick.
So that's what's been in our mailbag recently. Mm-hmm. Now, throughout the rest of the show, our long storied career that we will have with this podcast, you can contact us at, are you ready for this? Contact loveplusus at gmail.com.
That's right.
Once again, it's contact loveplusus at gmail.com. And if you don't want to do that, you're too lazy to do that, at loveplusus on Twitter. Mm-hmm. If you're too lazy to do that, leave a comment on Facebook.
That's right.
But we would love to answer questions. We would love to read comments, anything like that. And we can always do a little what's in the mail section of the show, because we would like this to also be an advice show. So if you have any questions or want our opinions on something, we are not professionals, but we'll give our advice like professionals.
Yeah.
And like Brittany says, if you don't want to know, don't ask. Okay, so we are now to nearing the end of the show, and we've decided that for nearing the end of the show, we're going to try to act like the movie reviewers we think we are, like the TV show reviewers we think we are, you know. And I've written for a couple websites. She's written for a couple websites, you know. So this is where we put on our film nerd glasses,
kind of,
and we go to the movies. We go to the Netflix. So Brittany, what you been watching?
I've been watching One Tree Hill. I am on season 7. And I am in, I think, like the smack middle of season 7.
Guys, I can verify this. She is very hard into One Tree Hill right
now. Season 7, of course, Lucas and Peyton left at the end of season 6. Spoiler alert, the show's been off the air for 10 years.
I am devastated.
Anyway, they get a bunch of new characters in, including Alex, played by Jana Kramer. Hate her character.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we hate you.
Quinn, who is amazing.
We love you, Quinn.
And Clay, who's pretty cool. So,
Clay, you're right.
So my favorite character on the show, besides Brooke Davis, is Dan Scott.
Mouth. And I think you meant to say Mouth.
No, your favorite character is Mouth. My favorite character is Dan Scott.
Okay.
Anyway, Dan ends up... okay, so Clay fudges Nathan's deal with the NBA and loses the contract, and then Dan basically waterboards him in the surf at the beach. And I knew this is a rewatch, so I knew that there was another scene where Dan did that. So today, when we were driving down to Beckley to get our hair done, I looked it up, and sure enough, there it is. In season 9, Dan waterboards Clay in the surf at the beach. Again.
Spoiler alert. Now, I gotta say, do you think that this was sometime after Dawson's Creek had went off the air, and they're like, Dawson wasn't this ballsy? Dawson would not have waterboarded Pacey.
Maybe.
And that's why One Tree Hill really went for it with the CW teen drama ratings.
Maybe.
And at this point, they're like, CW, not teen dramas, but like mid-20s.
Gutsy. I was watching an episode the other day, and Brooke almost said the C word for Lady World.
Wow.
For real. Almost said the whole thing. She said like the first part and then stopped.
Kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. CW getting ballsy back in the mid-2000s.
But that's all I'm going to talk about as far as One Tree Hill goes. What did we go see last night?
Well, before we get into what we saw last night, let's talk about what we've been trying to catch up on.
Oh, okay.
Luke Cage
drops!
Season 2. We are 1 episode deep.
10 seconds into Luke Cage Season 2, Episode 1, and we were rapping to Mobb Deep. Shook Ones. Part 2.
10 seconds into Luke Cage Season 1 made you forget everything about that snooze fest that was called Defenders Season 1. No, Luke Cage Season 2, that's what I meant. 10 seconds in, you're like, Defenders what? We don't even talk about that. It made Iron Fist, actually be like, Iron Fist wasn't so bad as how bad Defenders was.
Yeah.
Now, Luke Cage came back swinging. He went for that cup of coffee. Now, I've heard great things about the whole rest of the season. We've only been able to watch episode 1.
Just the first episode so far.
Please, no spoilers. Please, no spoilers. This is our shows. This is our drama. Mm-hmm. Now, also besides that dropping, and Cruel Irony, our other favorite Netflix show, today, Glow Season 2 came out. Oh. So now we have to finish Luke Cage Season 2.
And Glow.
And Glow Season 2.
And at some point, find some time to watch Jessica Jones Season 2.
And all this has to be done by October, because, Stranger Things Season 3 is coming out. And so it's like, we are taking our sweet Christmas time. One thing I want to mention on a personal note that I've been trying to get through.
4 times, right?
4 times. I finally got through it, guys.
Nice.
I finally got through it with the help of my lovely fiance and the cat's laying on my chest. That's right. I finally finished The Way to Eden from Star Trek The Original Series, a.k.a. the Space Hippies episode. Oh my good lord, that was a bad trip.
I bet.
Herbert, that was a bad trip. If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. I love Star Trek, but man, I will never ever watch that episode again. I just couldn't do it. So, in comparison to the worst Star Trek episode, let's talk about the middle of the run Jurassic Park movie that we saw last night.
Okay, sure.
Now, this is the part where every week we like to go see a movie, and then we want to discuss that movie. I wish we had a slice of pie or something here. Mm-hmm. Like in True Romance, I always go for movie and a pie. But, we can drink some waters and eat some, I don't know, you got any health food around here?
There's some cashews and some strawberries in there.
Strawberry pie without the pie.
It's called strawberries.
Strawberry pie without the pie. Okay, thank you. Let me pretend. Minus the crust, minus the whipped top. Anyways, we went and saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
We sure did.
And now, Brittany has an interesting take on this, because, why, Brittany?
Because my cats are basically dinosaurs.
Also, that is true.
But I've never actually seen the first Jurassic World. I have seen the first 2 Jurassic Parks, the original ones.
Now, I told her 3 was a lot better than Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
But, now, I, for one, loved Jurassic World.
I've never seen it, and I'm surprised that I haven't, because I love Chris Pratt.
Now, how did you like Chris Pratt in this movie?
I liked his character, but I just didn't... I personally felt like it was... And I really hate to say this, considering that the movie was called Jurassic World, but I felt like there was too much gratuitous violence against the dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
There was this one scene, and I'm pretty sure, if I have my dinosaur wrong, please, dear God, correct me, but my favorite dinosaur is a Brontosaurus, and there's this one scene...
Is it the long neck?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, the volcano on the island erupts, and they're running away from the lava, and all of these dinosaurs are, like, stampeding to get away from this lava on this secure island, and you see this Brontosaurus staring at...
a boat driving away.
Yeah, at the boat driving away, and you see all this smoke envelop this freaking gorgeous Brontosaurus.
And it's just like, guys,
and it dies!
Well, now, you don't know that it died.
It died.
I refuse to believe that. It was so sad. This is literally a real thing. That movie was so sad, even the dinosaurs cried. There's a scene of a dinosaur crying in that movie. I'm not making this up.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked the movie. It was okay. The more I think about it, I'm like, I loved Jurassic World. Now, I'm a diehard fan of Jurassic Park. That's been me since I saw it in theater its first release when I was a little kid, and it made my world. The sequels were so-so. Jurassic World came back, and I loved it. I know it has its haters, but I loved it. This movie, however, good Lord.
My Letterboxd fam gave it hell. So much
my
stuff.
God. There was
oh my God.
I won't say that's completely bad because I gave it a decent rating. I gave it a 4.
You gave it a pretty good rating.
I gave it a pretty good rating. Maybe I was just being generous. When it comes down to it, I like the Chris Pratt stuff. I like some of the banter between the good characters. All the bad villains were stock. I like the actors. I hated all the characters. It was exactly what you expect. You saw everything coming, 100 miles away. The dinosaurs in it were a little too CGI compared to some of the past. They got it perfect in 1993. How are you messing it up now?
Maybe they're
in 2018
being too generous with the CGI.
Oh my God! Now, I know they can make them do a lot more stuff now, but honestly, it looked way better in 1993 than it does now. Some of that stuff was straight sci-fi movie. I'm talking about SYFY channel.
I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage here because as I was reading the Letterboxd reviews from my Letterboxd fam, I noticed that they were pointing out a lot of stuff that I may have missed on screen because when I watch movies, I have to watch them with a caption device because I'm partially deaf. So I have to have the caption device because of the sensory deprivation from being partially deaf. Duh. So I have to constantly, there's a little... It plugs into your cup holder, and it's on a really long, bendy rod, and it's a little screen, and the captions pop up during the movie. It's not supposed to disturb the other moviegoers, but I get weird looks all the time. But it fits, I can adjust it anywhere I want, so I put it right below the movie screen. We sit top center everywhere we go, and I read the caption and look at the screen. Read the caption and look at the screen. I've got it down to a science because I've been doing it for so long. So I'm in a little bit of a disadvantage because occasionally I'll miss stuff.
Whenever it's a real creepy part and a dinosaur's
yeah,
and hiding behind some leaves or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, overall, I enjoy the movie. I definitely recommend seeing it, but it is a summer blockbuster. No matter how you look at it, is action adventure packed. It's hot outside. Let's get a box of popcorn. Let's get some Skittles. Let's get a giant drink. And let's sit in a nice air conditioned theater, which ours was not.
No, for sure.
And go and just relax in a dark theater, air conditioned, and watch a big summer blockbuster.
Yep.
Turn your mind off and see some dinosaurs fight some other dinosaurs, eat some humans. And everything. The best part of it was the opening. I love that opening.
The opening was suspenseful as hell. And I gotta say, I don't know if I was the only one that did it, but I eventually forgot about the supporting characters. So when they popped back up in the end, I was like, oh my God, that's where they went.
Oh, I knew they'd pop back up. Now, the only question I have for you is B.D. Wong. Do you remember him? He is the geneticist that was making all of them, and he was in this movie. He was the one that was creating all the dinosaurs. Now, you didn't watch the last one, which he was featured in, but do you remember him being in the original Jurassic Park?
Maybe, but
he was the scientist that showed them how to, hatching the raptors out of eggs.
Oh,
and they were like,
okay,
how do you stop bringing? He's like, well, they're all girls, and he's petting the raptor and everything. And that was just a little small cameo. But since then, he's been on Oz, he's been on all these shows, and they gave him a meaty role last time, and now in this one they've given him another meaty role, and he's the one connecting tissue. That's really went through this. Now, that being said, they also had an appearance by Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
basically, they gave him a day and really went for it and using that day throughout the movie. That one day scene of Jeff Goldblum that he probably got millions of dollars to just sit in a chair. They had throughout that movie, and they had a picture of John Hammond, and John Hammond's cane came back.
Yeah,
that was cool. But it was really B.D. Wong that was the living, breathing incarnation of, hi, I've been in Jurassic Park, I've been in Jurassic World, now I'm in this, I make these dinosaurs, you have me to thank.
The villain was a poor man, Sam Rockwell.
Oh, he really, really was.
The whole time I was thinking this guy could have been played by Sam Rockwell, and it would have been so much better.
Sam Rockwell. I mean, if he could do Iron Man 2, he could do Jurassic World 2.
He's an Oscar winner now.
Well, you know what? What's his name? The one bad guy was in Silence of the Lambs.
That's true.
Would you fuck him? He'd fuck him. I mean, I have to bleep that.
You just hit the F word?
I just said the F word. It's alright, it's the end of the episode. No one's listening now.
Well, we've got one more thing for you guys. one more thing. So we were talking in the car earlier about our wedding. So this is the one wedding thing.
All right, so we're ending with this. We're ending with this.
Yeah,
we're ending with an ask for an assist.
An assist. We need an interference. Like we need a what do they call that?
A sports term that I do not know because I didn't play sports.
Term.
Mrs. Roller Derby over here. You can tell me because that's the only sport.
It's a football term, but I can't think of the name.
No, we're talking English football, American football.
American football.
Football.
Anyway.
We need some help.
Yeah, we need some help, basically. So, in the car earlier today, we were talking about our wedding, and I had the brilliant idea.
Brilliant.
To talk about who was going to marry us. Now, we've got some friends that are ordained. We've got some friends that could get ordained.
We got some family members.
We've got some family members that are ordained.
Or I have some, a family preacher from my past who, thought about reaching out to.
Yeah.
Or,
and I thought that this would be a freaking fantastic idea, Kevin Smith.
Who marries people at the drop of a hat. You could just
All the
show up
time.
and be like, hey man, will you marry us? Yeah, sure, why not? We're doing a podcast, let's get married.
Yeah.
And then he'll give you a quick 10 minutes and you'll recite the Green Lantern Oath and you'll get married. But we do not want to do that.
No, everybody on Twitter and stuff tweets at celebrities like, hey, Taylor Swift, how many retweets for you to go to prom with me? Or whatever, Dave Harbour from Stranger Things to take senior pictures with me, and he did it.
I'll let Dave Harbour marry us, I'm just saying.
Maybe he'll be our backup.
He's our backup, okay.
But anyway, we thought it would be a brilliant idea to tweet, hey, dear Kevin Smith, how many retweets would it take for you to fly out to Charleston, West Virginia and marry us on October 20th, 2019, and you can bring Jason Mewes
as your +1.
Yeah.
Now to sweeten this pot, we know people who book shows. We know people who do stuff. Maybe we can get a Jay and Silent Bob Get Old booked in Charleston the same weekend.
Oh, man.
And so we could have like the show, the show of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old one night, and then we could have our wedding the next day, just have them stay over. Mm-hmm. However we can work it out. That way, Jay could be sitting at my family's table next to my sister. he could be like, hey, what's up? And my sister would be like, oh, hey, Jay. And it would be amazing. Can you imagine Jay's toast?
Oh, yeah, I could, actually.
Snoogans. But no, in all seriousness, Kevin Smith I'm one of these fat nerds who's loved film all his life, and Kevin Smith holds a very special place in my heart and has always been an inspiration. You hear this all the time from fat nerds like me. Kevin Smith is God, blah, 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 but it's true. I love Kevin Smith. Brittany loves Kevin Smith. Both of our family, certain members love Kevin Smith. We would love to have him come and marry us. It's a dream. Will it come true? I don't know. Kevin, reach out to us. Tell us how many retweets, what we would have to do.
But we've got it pinned to both of our Twitters. So if you follow us on Twitter, please retweet it so we can get the word out. I think that he gets a notification every time somebody reacts to it or something. So please, for the love of God, retweet it.
And you can find that on my @FilesRotten.
Or at Ms. Beefier.
The original one came from my @FilesRotten. I'll retweet it on our Love Plus Us Twitter that you can follow.
That's good, yeah.
But we're going to make sure it's the same one so that it all gets the same retweet. So even if you comment with a retweet, make sure that they retweet the original there.
Which is @FilesRotten.
Which is on the @FilesRotten. And really, that's our big news. That's our big first episode, Brittany.
Yeah, congrats.
Well
done.
Do you have anything else to add to this?
No, not today, babe.
Loyal listener that's now went over a whole hour.
I didn't think we could talk for a whole hour about this stuff.
I knew that we could, and I think we're holding back. 2 more hours. Here we go.
All right.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Find us on loveplusus.com. Hit us up at contactloveplusus@gmail.com. Send us any questions, comments, suggestions for the show, anything you want.
Literally ask us anything, we will answer it.
If you want to hear what our cats are thinking, we'll make up stuff. if you want us to post and tell us what you want to see on our Facebook, Twitter, you want to see pictures of the cats, you want to see pictures,
us to talk about something, you want us to review a movie, whatever you want us to do.
Yeah, whatever. And speaking of movies, we need to give this a plug. We're both on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
On Letterboxd as follows Rotten.
Letterboxd as Ms. Beefier.
Yeah, and you can find us both on there, just same as our Twitter handles and everything else. All right, guys. If you post anything about this, please use the hashtag #LovePlusUs. Tag us if it's on Twitter or Facebook, and hopefully this will be a weekly thing. Listen up next week and give us some feedback what you thought of this first episode. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Father Rotten.
I'm Brittany. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All love, all real, with a real we grow. Sunday matinee and a late night show. Reserved our time and our phone we stole. Forget about sequels, our shot and video. All love, all real, with a real we grow. Sunday matinee and a late night show. Reserved our time and our phone we stole. Forget about sequels, our shot and video.